Namaskaram. Shri Mahaganapatiye Namah. Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Welcome to today's humble samarpanam on Mayilpeeli. Today we shall chant, learn and understand the meaning of the slokas of Narayaneeyam Dasakam 26. Let us first chant the sloka and then understand the meaning. This Dasakam talks about the salvation of the king of elephants Gajendra. The liberation of Gajendra is what this Dasakam is all about. A king by name Indradyumna, who used to lead a very pious life, by a curse was turned into an elephant, and he was caught by a crocodile who was a Gandharva named Huhu, who had become a crocodile due to a curse of sage Devala. The crocodile caught hold of the elephant's foot when he stepped into the river where the crocodile lived. In spite of a great fight, the king of elephant was not able to free himself, and when the elephant called Lord Vishnu for help, he killed the crocodile and gave salvation to the elephant Gajendra. The Supreme Lord, in order to give ultimate peace to his devotees, tests them by putting them through trial and tribulation. Dasakam 26, Sloka 1. Indradyumnah Pandyakandhadirajah Tvad-bhaktatma chandanadrau kadachit Tvad-sevayam magnadiraluloke Naivagastyam praptamatityakamam. In this sloka, Bhattadri says, O Lord, long ago Indradyumna, the king of the land of Pandya, was a staunch devotee of you. Once when he was engaged deeply in worshipping you in the Malaya mountain, sage Agastya came there expecting to be welcomed as an honored guest by the king. But the king, his mind fully immersed in you, did not notice the sage at all. He was so engrossed in deep devotion and did not realize that sage Agastya had come there. Dasakam 26, Sloka 2. Kumbodbhuti samvruta kodabaraha Sabdatma tvam hasti bhuyam bhajeti Shaptva tainam pratyagat sopi lebhe Hastindratvam tvatsmruti vyaktidanyam. In this sloka, Bhattadri says, sage Agastya was immediately overcome with anger and cursed the king that as he was of such haughty nature, he would be born as an elephant and departed. Indradyumna got the form of a lordly elephant with the good fortune of retaining a clear memory of you. Dasakam 26, Sloka 3. Dugdhambo dehe madhyabaji trikute Kridan shaile yutapoyam vashabhihi Sarvan jantu natyavartishta shaktya Tvad-bhaktanam kutranotkarshalabham. King Indradyumna, thus born as the king of elephants, was engaged in romantic sports with the female elephants in the Trikuta mountains situated in the middle of the ocean of milk, and was superior in strength to all other animals, and he was considered the king of that forest where he lived. Usually, the lion is considered the king of forest due to its power. However, here in this forest, Gajendra was called the king of forest due to his power and strength when compared to all other animals. Here Bhattadri says, O Lord, your devotees attain glory wherever they go. Dasakam 26, Sloka 4. Svenastemna divyadeshatva shaktya soyam kedana prajanan kadachit Shaila prante dharmatantas sarasyam Yutai sardram tvat pranunno bhireme. Owing to his strength and by the power of the divine region where he lived, the elephant king did not face any hardships in life. One day, while he was roaming with all other herds of elephants on the mountainous region, unable to bear the heat of the sun, he sought relief in a lake and sported therein with his herds. Indeed, this was prompted by you, isn't it, O Lord? Is what Bhattadri says in this shloka. Gajendra was very peacefully roaming in the forest range along with other elephants, and when his herd of elephants were moving in the forest, it was very hot due to summer, and in order to get relief from the heat of the sun, they stepped into the lake which they spotted, which was so beautiful and full of lotuses. The entire herd of elephants along with Gajendra stepped into the lake in order to get relief from the heat of the sun. Dasakam 26, Sloka 5. Ho tavad devalasyapi shapat grahi bhutasthajale vartamanaha jagrahainam hastinam padadeshe shantyartam hi shrantidosi swakanam. At that time, in the waters of that lake, there lived a Gandharva named who had become a crocodile because of the curse of sage Devala. This Gandharva, who was playing in the lake with his friends in his previous birth, had made fun and caught the leg of sage Devala when he had gotten into the lake to take a dip and carry out his prayers standing in the lake. Sage Devala, due to this Gandharva's activity, cursed him to become a crocodile. This Gandharva, who was born as a crocodile, lived in the lake in which the Elephant King stepped in to relieve himself from the heat and caught the elephant's leg. Here Bhattadri says, Indeed, O Lord, you do give sufferings to your devotees for their ultimate welfare. Dasakam 26, Shloka 6. त्वत्सेवाया वैभवादुर्निरोधं युध्यन्तं तं वत्सराणां सहस्रं प्राप्ते काले त्वत्पदैकाग्र्यसिद्ध्यै नक्राक्रान्तं हस्तिवर्यं यदास्त्वं. Supported by the power derived from the glory of your worship in his previous birth, Gajendra the Elephant King was invincible and went on fighting for 1,000 divine years. Gajendra, along with his herd of elephants, fought to relieve himself from the grip of the crocodile for so many years without vain. When the time of his liberation at your lotus feet came, and he was fit for a single-pointed devotion unto you, O Lord, you subjected him to this situation of being caught by the crocodile, is what Bhattadri says in this shloka. Dasakam 26, Sloka 7. Artivyakta praktana jnana bhaktihi shundo kshiptaihi pundarikais samarchan पूर्वाभ्यस्तं निर्विशेषात्मनिष्ठं स्तोत्रश्रेष्ठं सोन्वगादित paratman. O Supreme Soul, in his time of distress, Gajendra remembered his devotion and knowledge of the previous birth, and he began to worship you, offering lotuses with his trunk held aloft and chanting the best of hymns learnt by him in the past birth. Extolling your unqualified supreme form is what Bhattadri says in this sloka. Srimad Bhagavatam says that there are such great stutis composed by great devotees of the Lord like Prahlad, Bhishma, Kunti, etc. The Elephant King Gajendra also praised the Lord with the most beautiful Gajendra stuti, which goes as below. Om Namo Bhagavate Tasmai Yata Etaschidatmakam Purushaya Dibijaya Paresaya Didimahi Yasmin Idam Yadaschedam Tenedam Ya Idam Swayam Yosmat Paramascha Parastam Prapatye Swayam Bhuvam. Dasakam 26, Sloka 8. Shrutva stotram nirgunastham samastham brahmeshadhairnahamitya prayate sarvatma tvam bhuri karunya vegat Sataksharyarudaha Prekshito Bhupurastad. On hearing the entire hymn describing the unqualified nature of the universal being, gods Brahma, Shiva and others, knowing that it did not refer to them, did not come there. But you, who are the all-knowing, manifested before him, seated on the king of birds, Garuda, impelled by your flow of mercy, is what Bhattadri says in this shloka. Usually, when the Lord leaves his abode to save any of his devotees or to move anywhere from his abode, there is usually a process, and the Lord follows the process to move out of his abode. But in this case, when he heard Gajendra's stuti, he just rushed out from his abode, even without wearing his footwear, and stepped on Garuda and rushed to save the elephant Gajendra, is what we can understand. Dasakam 26, Sloka 9. Hastindram tam hastapadmena drutva chakrena tvam nakravaryam vyadarihi gandharvesmin muktashape sahasti tvatsarupyam prapyade dipyate sma. O Lord, you with your lotus hands caught hold of that elephant king and cut asunder the powerful crocodile with your discus. The crocodile was thus released from the curse of sage Devala and got back his Gandharva form. The elephant was then endowed with a brilliant form similar to your own form and was liberated from the material world and relieved from his curse, and he moved away to your abode along with you, is what Bhattadri says in this shloka. Dasakam 26, Sloka 10. Yatat pritvam tvam cha mam cha prageyo kaye soyam bhuyase shreyase syat ityuktvainam tena sardham gatastvam Dishyam Vishnu Pahi Vatalayesha. O all-pervading Lord, according to you, whoever sings the stuti of Gajendra Moksham at dawn and chants the name of Gajendra and you will attain all wealth and prosperity. Having said this, you departed for your divine abode, Vaikuntha, along with Gajendra. Then Bhattadri says, O Guru Vairappa, may you protect me. Hare Krishna. Govinda Nama Sankirtanam. Govinda Govinda. Narayana Akila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. Shri Hare Namaha. Shri Mahaperiyava Sharanam.